Shalom.
So on.
So first and foremost, we'd like to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostle, elders, great millstone. Rule well salutations to you brothers that preach, teach, and prophesy His word, truth, and sincerity. As we put our lives on the line in these last days, bringing this raw and this uncut truth. All right, it's the Grand Rapids camp here with another nifty lesson. It's nifty because it's the truth. All right, all BS aside, there's a lot of things that have been transpiring in the world, of course, especially in this Israelite world and outside of it. And one thing is for sure, Esaus is going to continue being the devil. And I also mean those Amalekites, the small hats, all right, because those are part of the Edomite nation as well. And right now, Esau is flexing hard. The so-called white man is flexing very hard, you know, because he has a short time to do it. And within this short time that he has, the Most High is letting him get it all out of him. Because the judgment that's going to follow this is going to be worthy for the rest of his creation, which is 1,000 years. And then, you know, in the kingdom, then the Most High is going to have him done away with. It's worthy of that. So, what was that movie? 20 years a slave. How many years a slave?
12.
It's going to be 1,000 years a slave for Uncle Esau. Why? Because the Bible said it. The Word said it. The Lord said it. The Most High said it. All right? So when they start hearing us talk about this, all you guys just, because they'll remind you real quick. I remember back in the day I was talking to my son, or recently I was talking to my son.
Like also passing more of these anti-Semitism laws, which really is should be Shemitic,
Right.
But to forward their agenda of people speaking out about them being the fake Jews that they are.
Yeah, you talking about the censorship laws? Yeah, I saw it when Senate passed that. And they're making it to where you can be persecuted just for saying certain things. All right? So, I know we also talked or some years ago, the Noahide laws. Did y'all see? You see what that is? Y'all familiar with that?
Yeah, I just pulled up an article. I'm not going to read it. I just want to read the title. It says, U.S. News, House passes bill to expand definition of anti-Semitism amid growing campus protests over Gaza war. Yeah, because a lot of these colleges is protesting that Gaza war. And, of course, they want to add, you know, their little more spin on this whole anti-Semitism bill. You know, to try to catch people, as many people as they can, speaking out against them.
Right. See, this is how you silence the people. Like, we were just looking at how those different inventors that the brother was looking at earlier, and how they would create these revolutionary things that would give man like free energy, engines that run on water, and they just mysteriously end up dying all of these different times.
Every one of them. Like, the devil, when he sees something that's working against his kingdom or fucking with his money, as we like to say, fucking up the church's money, they'll take you out really quick.
Yeah, that was recently. I watched the inventor from Nigeria and shit. Dude basically made an electric generator and it runs off water.
He'll be going missing.
He was 40 years ago, but you know, you don't hear nothing about him.
Yeah, they don't,
You know,
I guarantee you.
Not to mention, you know, that inventor Moses something, I forget his last name.
Moses West.
Moses West.
Who invented the water machine that could take
water out of
vapor in the air and convert it into water.
You talking about the guy? You talking about the black guy?
Yeah, the black guy.
Yeah.
And he put it in Flint, and you know, Esau sent his saboteurs over there
Mm-hmm.
to, fuck up the water.
He ain't just sent them over there. They did. I'm talking about this thing was in the middle of the hood.
Yeah, in the middle of the
So
hood.
they had to do it at the wee hours.
Michigan.
Yeah,
This is
in Michigan.
Yeah, when we had those
Flint,
the Flint situation, it was one in Detroit. He took it down to Detroit.
The bad water and shit.
Yep.
So ex special forces dude.
Yep.
And a lot of the donated water ended up in abandoned homes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Never really being able to get out to the people that needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Thing that's happening over there in Gaza.
And when they interviewed him about his construction being sabotaged, it was like professional dudes did this. Can't no regular
Joe Blow.
Yeah, can't no regular dudes just do that to that machine. It's like they put metal in in some of the parts and stuff. Basically, so if a motherfucker tried to drink the water, it'll be bad. If not the equipment the right way, so it would need a professional.
I put it this way: at the very least, somebody drink that water and possibly die.
Right.
And they will blame it on that machine.
Yeah, and it's like he had to come and fix it when the news people was interviewing him. It was like, yeah, somebody professional did this. They had to know what they doing to do the damage that they did,
and it was mad.
Vandalism that they did.
And let me tell you what they were also mad about, just for the simple fact that not only was a Jake, a Negro, that put it in a Jake neighborhood, but white people from all over was coming to that machine to get water.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was coming to that spot to get water, and there wasn't no problems.
But see, this is my thing though. You know that if that place was selling dope, it'd be all kind of niggas with guns.
Over there,
24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
This is shit that your mama and your kids and your family using. Why the fuck didn't you have some of these niggas that ain't got shit to do? You can smoke your drink, you smoke your weed over there, you know what I'm saying, at night. Sit down and drink your little drink, nigga. Just don't act the fool and fucking
and
make sure
that machine.
Fuck with that shit.
Right, protect that machine.
That's the problem with Jake, man.
Yeah,
they shouldn't even have the fucking ability. You think them Edomites, if they had that, you think a nigga would have been able to come over there and fuck with that machine?
Way, they would have had security 24 hours a day, armed security.
Out there had dogs out that motherfucker, man.
Yep.
Retired police dogs. You know, Esau got the motherfuckers and put them in homes, and them motherfuckers be using them in their neighborhood watches and searches and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like it's actually happening up here too. Just like when Edomites move in a neighborhood, and it's happening here now, where a lot of Edomites then moved in certain parts of the hood, and they made Jake move out. But the crime went down, not because Edomites moved in, but there's more police action going on in those neighborhoods now.
Yeah, not saying it's violent. What it is more police protection.
Right.
To the point they're not letting. I put it this way: if a group of black men are just walking through that mud, they will harass them.
Yeah.
Just to make sure they get out the neighborhood.
Right. If it's basically some shady looking character, the police is harassing.
Right. They are on it.
And it's basically like if there were more police protection, and really it should be Jake police, but you know, if there's more police protection, it would be less crime in a neighborhood. I'm like this, man. These remember the video, Salaki brother, but remember the video when not too long ago when the Japanese created a police force in the middle of New York and nobody knew about it for the Chinese for decades. Nobody knew nothing about it. They created their own police force, and they was picking up. What was they doing? Coming to get Chinese people. They didn't have no authority to have the police force, but they was coming to pick up. They created a police force, so to police their stuff. No, I mean, look at them fake Jews over there in New York. Fake Jewish people. They're building tunnels all to the ground. To keep children trafficking. You know.
Well, but see, that's the thing though. You know, the worst tourist in the world is Esau.
You know, the ones right behind them is Chinese people.
Yeah.
They had to put their own police force down because them motherfuckers will come over here and you gotta understand there's forms of diplomatic immunity that they get. If you come down here and misrepresent your nation, them Chinese motherfuckers do not play that.
Nope.
They will fuck them up. They'll come up missing.
I put it this way, I think a lot of Chinese people did come up missing, and people just don't know it.
Yeah,
because I mean, when they
some of them try to flee here too.
Yeah, this is the thing. If that as big as that police station was, when the people finally went in there, somebody had to get tipped off, because when the police went in there to seize the police station, there was no prisoners, nobody in jail in that motherfucker or nothing, completely empty. You gonna build a police station that big in the middle of New York and not have no criminals housed in there?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I got a quick precept. This is John 10:10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Right. That's why they got to keep the continent of Africa so unstable. It's unstable to the point where American quote unquote blacks, and a lot of these American blacks that's going to Africa know that they Israelites. They kicking them out now in various countries in Africa, especially like countries like Ghana and Nigeria and shit. They kicking out the American blacks. And how do I know? Because I listen to Go Black to Africa a lot. And he was reporting on it. And to verify it, there's a lot of black people that were in Africa, trying to build things over there. They getting deported. They getting kicked out, basically.
It's like they want to keep them at a certain standard. They want to keep the African people at a certain standard, not show them that there's ways that they can, build their communities and stuff.
Right. Because a lot of black Americans, of course, they go over there. They know it's full of corruption, but they also know how to build certain things.
Just like that one, brother. Just like this black dude that went over there. I forgot his name, but he was the same dude that robbed Tupac back when Tupac was alive. He ended up robbing Tupac when he was a gang member in his younger years or whatever. He went over there to build, right? And what's the first thing he do when he go over there to build? He starts recording, and he's taking advantage by taking free cell phones. The cell phones they get over here free to take them over there. To give them, right, to get them, but you're getting a cheap price for the cell phones over there to the point it's affordable now over there. And you see why so many Africans have cell phones now. They're doing videos and stuff. I think it
what's crazy? My first wife, I was just talking about that earlier, man. Her father, like she come from money. He's from Togo, Africa, right? And her dad owned part of, I think it's Africom, the African Communications. Like, I'm talking about, goddamn it, okay, money.
Like you talking about like WorldCom, that's here in the United States.
Yeah, and that's so she come from stupid money. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny you said that. I don't even know why I fucking brought that up. But anyway.
Yeah, because, it's like Esau is behind the phrase, no good deed goes unpunished, because it seems like anytime, like the examples the brothers just named off as far as Moses West with the water machine, they went and sabotaged that. They're not for Jake or any of the darker nations progression that's not in full allegiance with their New World Order agenda.
Well, Jake ain't part of their New World Order agenda. Because they don't look at Jake as having anything. And they see right now they have to hurry up and do something because, this truth is coming out.
Y'all see that picture they did about the Muslims? The LGBT community did. They took a picture of I guess everybody up there was supposed to be gay. But what was funny is it was only one Jake up there, and the rest of them were Esau and foreigners, and they took a picture saying Africans love equality and had the rainbow flag.
So they just jumped on with just some Jake was walking down. He was part of them, or he was just
he was a part. He was a part of it. They was all looking, smiling in the picture, but holding that LGBT community sign, and it said Africans love equality.
And
they don't know that that's offensive as hell.
Yeah, because them Africans is not with that shit.
They is not with it, right?
I mean, they voted and the officials over there made it plain. You don't want you rainbow motherfuckers over here. You know, you get caught with that shit, you going to jail. This is Job 14:4.
Mind you, Slovakia, a lot of those nations that do push that law, or like nations that are filled with Israelites, like Ugandans and
Ghana and
UK.
Nigeria, all the western coasts and shit, basically. This is Job 14:4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean one? Because Esau is unclean, he was created to be the unclean. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. And that's why you see Esau scrambling to pass all types of crazy laws everywhere around the globe and shit, you know?
That short time that he has left to rule is almost stretched thin and almost over.
Yeah,
he got it right now. He's at the tail end of this kingdom. That's why the feet of the statue was in Daniel. You know, part clay, part iron. You know, because what do they have? These iron weapons, these nukes. That's also part of that technology. That's a representation, a comparison of the Romans having iron. They were one of the most nations that used the most iron weapons, and iron was one of the hardest metals around, which gave them a technological advantage. And that present day iron is these nukes. You know what I'm saying? But it's clay because this economy is fragile. What does it say about the it was a scripture about this economy basically being like clay. Damn, I can't remember off the top of my head.
And Daniel, I want to say the 7th or 8th chapter, I can pull it up.
It was something to do with this economy being
that laid themselves with thick clay.
There it is.
Habakkuk,
yeah.
I thought you was talking about because you went to the
iron. Yeah, because I was comparing that because that clay and the clay, the ibadio, which means the deep debt, you know, for the clay in that scripture, right? This is why this place is in, you know, an economic nosedive because it's that clay, you know.
Right, and they passing more legislation and laws to make this debt even more and make the crime go up because now they're talking about making a curfew for small businesses.
Yeah.
Talking about there's too much crime, you know, and I heard this is John Williams. And, you know, he's basically, there's several countries that's passing this law, including Washington, New York, and California.
You know, that was also effective at it with that whole crime royale pandemic.
That fucked up a lot of personal
like a lot of these Myers and Walmarts used to be open 24 hours.
And
now everything's shut down by around 10 or 11 o'clock.
A lot of personal businesses, I think 75% of them died during that crime.
And these is when the legislation was proposed was in 2020.
Right.
So they passing these things now and shit, so they can push their agenda. This Proverbs 11:21, because we're speaking on Africa. It says, "Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered." And the reason I read that is
because
you
Edomites, to you Moabites, and to you Hamites, that's still for Esau's agenda.
Yeah.
The what?
Yeah.
For Esau's agenda.
For Esau's agenda, because they kicking out Jakes and shit. That's trying to change the way Africa is, and them African officials is all for what Esau want. Because really it's Esau behind these officials kicking out Jake.
Yeah, yeah. And it's really him. Going back.
Well, I can't say it's all ham because it's in a lot of these Western African coast countries and shit.
Well, I would say this, like in Kenya, I heard certain things are more acceptable amongst them. We know that's Canaan straight up.
But like a lot of
or
Jakes,
South Africa. I didn't mean to say Kenya.
But a lot of Jakes is getting kicked out of places like Ghana and Nigeria. So,
because they actually been.
They've been making moves over there.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago, you was just hearing, they was just advertising for Jakes to come over.
Yeah, exactly, and that was one of the Go Black to Africa. That was one of his complaints. Is like, a year ago, they was saying the right of return and all this other stuff, almost like them small hats and shit. Like y'all can come back here. But now they kicking Jake out. It's like, what's the deal with that? And they've been doing it for several months now, and he fell under that. So it's like when he opened his opening used to be your man, not your boy, go black to Africa. Now his opening is your man, not your boy, go back to, and then he don't say nothing. Because right now he's in the Brazilian, he's in like Brazil or some shit, and he's basically going around the DR countries and shit, South American countries. But he ain't trying to come back to the Matrix, as Richie Mack would say and shit,
All right, I would be, man, ain't no way.
Yeah, fucking way.
I can come back. I can't come back, man.
Right,
I've been gone that long.
He's been gone for a while.
And he got a little money in his pocket.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What the fuck? When I even look back?
His thing was basically Jake go to Africa and build up Africa because this is where your people is at.
So what you call it? He still go back to Africa?
Yeah, his YouTube name is still his handle name is still go black to Africa. But
just change that shit to go black too.
Yeah, go black too. Yeah, I mean, shit.
Bunch of emojis or some shit. Airplane and wherever the fuck. A planet.
But that just goes to show that as long as this devil is in power, Jay can't expand anywhere, any place. Because we already tried it here, fresh out of slavery with Black Wall Street or any other independently run areas where Jake predominantly, has a hand in the economy.
Right, and that's another thing that Jake should know. And there was a Jake that actually put this out here because I know I used to always put it out there. It was a podcast and I think it was Valuetainment, if I'm not mistaken, some shit like that. But it was one of them podcasts, Edomite podcasts. And they was talking to a small hat, and he was asking, why are black people not as successful as the small hats? And the small hat said because black people are in some type of victim mentality and shit. And the black dude that got up there, the black dude that stitched the video was like, no, black people already did. Black people don't got no victim mentality. And he started talking about the things that happened fresh out of slavery during Black Wall Street, with all those.
Get into the disenfranchisement of Jake.
Right, exactly.
Systematic disenfranchisement.
Systematic, exactly. Because fresh out of slavery, Jake had several communities that Esau came with their military, their American military, and blew off the map. Systematically during the 1920s up to the 1930s.
Because they were economically.
Let's also mention a lot of Jake business owners during the 40s and the 50s were targeted by these Edomite lynch mobs for lynchings. They would sell their businesses off.
But see, Esau does that to anybody that's more economically powerful than them.
Right, and then he went on to say,
And they don't ever want Jake to get to a position of being economically stable on their own.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, because Jake got economically self-stable on their own between the 1900s, fresh out of slavery, and Esau had to bring his military to destroy all of those cities, and then on top of that, they
Israel a homeborn slave.
Right.
We don't feel like victims, not Slovakia, but we basically came in that into establishing a ruling class mentality. As soon as we came from underneath, that chateau slavery.
Yep.
Because it says Israel Jacob a homeborn slave.
Yeah.
Of course we're not a homeborn slave. We were born to. So once we reattach to that ruling class mentality, Esau strikes every time.
Right, every time Esau. The Esau strikes back every single time.
That's the
and
empire.
Then he
strikes back.
Yep, and then every time. These small hats have what? They've been donated over $91 billion.
Yeah.
To start their business, to take over, Israel. You know what I'm saying? Start all these businesses here. They've been given money.
Yeah.
They're the ultimate. They have the ultimate victim mentality because they've been given all this money.
You talking about the same people that demonize Kanye West?
Yeah, been given all this money. Yeah, they demonize anybody that talk about
demonize
them.
Ice Cube.
You know what I'm saying? They got the biggest victim mentalities
in the world.
And they trying to turn it around as if they got themselves up by their bootstraps. No, Jake did that, and Esau made sure he destroyed Jake's shit when Jake did that and gave all this free money to these small hats.
But let's make the comparison of how they bring up their artificial Holocaust every year.
Right.
They want Jake to get over
slavery,
captivity, and enslaved.
Yeah. And Jake ain't in this condition just because of slavery. It's because the system made sure Jake stays in this condition.
Yeah, that's what this system is built to do. It's a system because a system it works one way. You know what I'm saying? Like your body makes blood flow in one direction. Right. It's built to work for the masters of this society, or the ones that's been placed over this place by the Most High. Right now, he put his Job 9:24. All right,
the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right, and he's covering the bases of the judges by creating a system.
If we're not, who is he?
Exactly. And they're creating a system for somebody that they blinded. That this system was built against you. So if you try to move along in this system and think that you're going to be able to acquire the same sustainability as Esau, especially without having to join in his demonic customs, then you're blind. You are blind as fuck, man. You saying you got to get rich or die trying. This system is blind.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They follow the most bogus rules. Like they follow the most bogus rule, bro. They're so brainwashed that a motherfucker could kill one of their family members right in front of them, and they won't try to. Instead of bringing the dude to justice by telling the police, they'll keep it a secret.
Or they'll try
because it's considered as snitching.
They'll try to get the blood they sell.
It's considered as snitching.
Yeah. And you don't even have the ability to retaliate, say that much, right?
Right.
And you just supposed to not say nothing.
You can't take the stand.
And this nigga's coming right by the house, looking at you. You see him out, and you just looking at the nigga, and that nigga might even greet you. And you know this nigga killed your cousin.
Right.
Look at the time.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you a story.
222.
Yeah, look, I seen a story where, I witnessed a story. I don't want to go too far in it, but I witnessed this story with my own two eyes. This dude gave another dude, what did he do? He was going to buy his car. And what ended up happening is he drove his car to a bar one night. He had an old school nice car. His car got towed, right? Towed, right? Taken away. The crazy thing is, when he went to go get it out of towing, when he found out it got towed, his car was gone. Somebody paid for his towing to get the car out somehow, and he ended up finding out it was the same dude that he was finna buy the car from. That was supposed to buy the car from him. Okay, and he tried to just basically pay for the tow and took the car. You know, and because he knows he did it, right?
Well,
because what he did, what happened was he took the car and he sold the car. So he tried to hide it, but where it got back, somebody he sold it to knew the person's car, who the car was. So what did he do? He got pissed off and kept showing up at his house early in the fucking morning and will sit there until that nigga come outside and be shocked to see him out there. And it was happening every day. And what did he do? He kept running to Esau after that. This was supposed to be hardcore gangster doing some bullshit, but now he got somebody that's like him on his ass. And what did he do? Started going to the police. But the fact is that people don't understand that when they motherfuckers that do something to somebody, when they showing up at your crib every day, you don't know what to do. You know, it's just like when these niggas be cheating, or when these females be cheating on their husband.
Man,
and their husbands find out.
That nigga, and hey, if I'm gonna do all of that, you know what I'm saying? Because I can understand in that situation, you don't want to do something to get you sent to prison.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, though.
In a situation like that, that's why you don't hand over that money without a title. Because whoever buy that car, nigga, this is the make. I might not be able to prove it, but y'all can find the vehicle that I purchased, and I got. Unfortunately, though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he deserved to have his life either taken or
but
beaten within an inch and forced to pay that back to that man. You know.
Yeah.
Most probably be stoned.
You just don't.
When you do some wicked shit like that, is akin to theft. You're supposed to pay 4 times the value.
Right. Four times the value, or 8 times the value, or something like that. You're supposed to pay because Go ahead, brother.
This is Job 21-27. Behold, I know your thoughts and the devices which you wrongfully imagine against me. But ye say, where is the house of the prince, and where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Right? Because the original house of the prince, what is it saying? Not Deuteronomy, in Psalms. That we are princes. We'll shut perish or die as one of the princes.
Yeah.
Right?
We are gods.
Yeah, we was created to be gods. So the house of the princes, or the prince itself, Israel, Yasha'Allah, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we are a people before a place. You know what I'm saying? And so it says, where is the house of prince? Hey, it's over there in Israel, man. That's really our inheritance. Well, the heathen our inheritance. That's part of our inheritance too, is our land, and in due time we'll receive that back after it's thoroughly cleansed with fire, because that place needs to be. I'm gonna be honest with you. All the type of blood that's been shed there unjust and a homosexual nature.
Yeah.
Booty blood, you know what I'm saying?
What's the most trying to have these ABC people push that bullshit agenda in Africa, man.
Look, man, the most insane shit I just seen was the video the brother just showed me when a bunch of Edomites is sitting in a kid's pool getting peed on.
Oh yeah. About 50 and up, like 38, 50.
I put it this way, that looks like it's worthy of death to me.
Yeah, it's just because And then they was catching it in their mouth. It's like Edomites. It's just like the whole party. It's like, oh, let's imagine a party going on, right? And there's probably about 10 men sitting in a kiddie pool, and I think I seen an Asian bitch.
It's crazy, man.
You know, and this Edomite that they was interviewing, one of them,
sick, man,
bald head Edomite, and he was just having a conference. And they was sitting, mind you, the whole kiddie pool. So imagine a bunch of dudes walking around, you know, maybe eating. It's probably gonna start shitting in the pool next, but just drinking and having a party. You know, they drinking beer. You drink a lot of beer, you gonna piss. You know what I'm saying? Your body pushing out all that water, right? And you know, in a mid conversation, you know, they just show these guys walking up with their beer in their hand, just pissing in the pool. They ride all out, just pissing all in the, as they're sitting there, and it's outside. It's not in the house.
I'm like, what, 3-4 naked men?
Yeah, no, it was more than that. It was like, bro,
There was some naked bitches in there too.
Yeah, I saw Asian bitches.
Yeah, I mean, but the pool was, you could tell like the bottom of the pool was full of pee.
Oh, it was filled, and then one of the dudes started catching it
in his mouth
as in mid conversation. You know what I'm saying? And the dude said, if you 50 years old and sit in if you 50 years old sitting in a pool full of piss, you know what I'm saying? You are in low degradation.
Yes.
That's really some pagan shit.
He wasn't
This is Psalms 49:12. It says, nevertheless, man being in honor, like Esau being honored at the fact that he's in rulership right now, abideth not. He is like the beasts that perish. If this is their way, their way is their folly, yet their posterity approve their sayings. It's a lot. So, I mean, they've been on, you know, since they first been in rulership, since the Greco-Roman Empire, they've been on this type of folly.
But to see it with your own two eyes is, look, man, we are in the most wickedest country. We are in Babylon. So to see a video like that, now when I go out when I go outside tomorrow, I gotta look at these people, and that's one thing that's gonna be on my mind, is that fucking video, because you know that these people are all around us, man.
Yeah, they walk around in business suits.
They're the base, you know. That's why they're
bases of men.
They are the system of the beast.
Can I read a precept, brother? This my only precept, I believe, but this is Psalms 83, starting at 2. For lo, thy enemies make a turmoil.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Psalms 83 and 2.
Oh, come on.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they hate thee, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right, Esau's proud. You know, that's why his head is lifted up. You know, this system was built off of the blood of our people. So every time they look at us, you know, back in the day, I'm sorry, I apologize because I forget this. I was talking to my son about, you know, how in class, you know, they would show us the slave movies, like, you know, and shit like that. In the enmity between Jake and Esau, after that, I know Apostle Tahar was talking about that too. Y'all looking at each other slick and shit, because in their mind, see, we angry at them, but in their mind, they like, man, we used to have you niggas slavery, man.
And they miss it.
Yeah. They looking to them, that's a badge of honor.
I mean, damn, that's why they got the slogan.
Ultimate flex.
You know, right? Because that's why they came up with the slogan, "Let's make America great again."
Right.
Like that just went over. It didn't go over every Negro's head.
Right.
They think it did, but it didn't.
And these motherfuckers, and they would, you know, sit there and look at you a certain way because you're angry at them. And they're looking at it from a position of a vantage point, like, where's y'all? But every movie, They didn't show the ones about the slave revolts, the many slave revolts. They just wrote the book about that.
You know what proves that? Because when Nate Parker put out that movie about Nat Turner, they tried to do everything in their power to get that movie.
Yeah.
Which they eventually did get it to flop.
Yeah.
But,
Shit. In the box office, with Rotten Tomatoes, that bitch is all the way up there because that movie, it's still a lot of Jakes that have not seen Birth of a Nation, dog.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's a lot of
Either
Jakes,
one, the old one and the new one.
So many Jakes. They ain't seen Green Pastures.
No.
Jakes haven't seen
But wait,
so many great
Goodbye,
movies.
Uncle Tom.
Goodbye,
Jake
Uncle Tom. Oh
look,
my
these
goodness,
movies
man.
will show you. You know, the ones they show us at school just show Jake in a submissive position.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Always
they defeated and shit.
You gotta
all the
think
time,
about it. In school,
you know?
when you was a kid, they used to make us watch them slave movies in school as kids.
Right, basically to just break Jake's spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But it never broke Jake's spirit.
Because they don't know
This
that
is
I was a
culture,
Jake. I was one of them Jakes that was looking at them white kids like, I'll beat y'all the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I wish one of y'all would say something.
Yeah.
That shit just gave me an attitude.
That's
That
how
movie, them shit used to give me an attitude when I was younger.
That's how
and I
most
used to
Jakes looked at those
Yeah, and I'm
movies.
looking at my classmates, my white classmates, like,
Yeah.
y'all gonna get them fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I had an attitude with them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but of course I know why it's a dope, but I didn't understand why I had an attitude when I seen that. I'm like, damn, these are the grown ups and they have to go through this, and I'm looking at this Edomite boy over next to me.
He over there looking at you side eye like, but you know,
Right.
as soon as it finally come out, as soon as y'all finally get, nigga, we used to have you in slavery. I remember hearing that shit. And then his ass, the niggas got to commence to whooping that ass.
Let me finish this, brothers.
Yeah, okay.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off for being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, because the Israelite name, being an Israeli, they know about that.
Mm-hmm.
But being an Israelite, nobody call us by that name no more. Nobody like, what? You talking about them niggas that be on the corner? No, not as a nation of 12 tribes. When we hear Israelite, we hear 12 nations of people united as one.
Not just Negroes.
Right. Negroes, Latinos, and natives.
I had to talk with an old friend today, man, that I haven't seen this man since, y'all may not, I am not bullshitting y'all when I say this, man. I haven't seen this man since like 98.
Damn.
And I ran into that man at Veterans Park today. Wow. Didn't even know who he was, but he recognized me. He walked past me the first time and looked at me, and I looked at him, but I didn't recognize him. But he came up to me.
I know this nigga, man.
He came up to me. His name
was look familiar.
You know, but I ain't gonna say his name, but I just remember that man, oh my God.
He in bad condition now?
Yeah, and we was kind of debating a little bit on the scriptures because, you know, when people then got into church, but the thing is that I didn't realize that man did like 10 years in prison. He went to prison when he was 27 and didn't get out until he was 37.
Let me tell you something, man. If you've been in prison that long, that shit, you fucked up, dog.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Your shit is fucked up.
It's like he's trying to get back into the ways of society, but he's not a thief. He's not a thief or a drug dealer. You know, he's just a regular dude that got caught up in a bad situation I knew his wife, right? His wife used to treat him so bad. And he didn't messed around because he caught her cheating. He didn't fuck around and got himself thrown in prison for 10 fucking years. For going to do something stupid. Not to her.
To the dude.
No, not to the dude. Just for himself.
Oh,
he went and robbed somebody that he should not have. He shouldn't have robbed nobody, period, but he robbed an undercover. You know, but the thing, it was only because, see, the thing is, they would not put him in. He was going for for the mentally ill plea, where they put you in like pine rest for like 3 or 4 years or whatever. You know, because he was mentally ill. Because all he was thinking about was his wife messing around with another man. It drove him to do something that he would have never done. And he had to do.
Probably, I bet you it was an Edomite, and he was standing in somewhere that they don't usually be.
You know what? The truth is, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
And he just saw him. He just like, motherfucker, what you got in your pocket?
But you see,
nigga?
that was then.
Run your shit, nigga.
That was then. Now, Jake is only robbing Jake now.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't robbing Esau no more. They too afraid.
They'll bip their windows and take their shit out their car, but them niggas ain't trying to rob no.
Oh shoot!
Like that.
Yeah, let me finish that scripture. Okay, for they have consult 5. For they have. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just start back at 4. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee."
Right, that comprises all these different nations, all from the Edomites,
right,
Ammonites,
everybody.
Moabites. I mean, it's gonna give a list.
Yes, the tabernacles of Edom.
That's the first one.
Just said the Edomites, right?
So
that's number 1.
Includes. That's not just Edomites in America, because them damn Jewish.
You know what?
The Jewish rabbis sometimes they'll say Esau's Americans is white Americans. That somehow just the white Americans. They had that with who was that? Who was that? They had it was a rabbi, Rosenthal or something like that. And he was telling that they believe, and they trying to push him and make people believe that the Esau is the American Edomites. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna take it away, but I want to. These 18 nations of people are guilty. That tabernacle of nations. These 18 people. These 18 nations of people. No, 17 nations of people. Everybody that's under Israel.
Right.
These are the ones that consented against them. Consented on us with one consent. Basically, they all came. All these nations came together. All these nations band together to take the Lord's chosen people down.
This is the Legion of Doom we reading about. This is the real Legion of Doom. We see the 12 tribes on the other side as the Super Friends. You know what I'm saying? That's why in the Super Friends you had the Native American, you had the African, you had different nations. I mean, different superheroes. Legion of Doom coming together. They all got that one account to cause chaos and to get rid of the Super Friends, man.
It says, the tabernacle of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope, the children of Lot, Salah. And basically, they still have that hope in their mind today of us being destroyed off and them just completely just ruling the rest of the world without us being here, without the Lord's chosen people being here. That is their master plan.
They don't have a future for any of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives. You see all them futuristic movies and shit. Star Wars don't. They just had a nigga in it. You know what I'm saying? Except Lando Calrissian. And you see a lot of these.
He was portrayed as a criminal that Darth Vader coaxed into being on his side.
Yep, that's true.
So did, what was that, Billy D?
Yep.
Look, he got Han Solo caught up, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he had him put in that damn
Jabba the Hutt thing. That Jabba the Hutt. He had him in that what is a penny? Carbon.
Yeah, some kind of
copper.
It was carbon.
Carbon, yeah.
It's carbon. Casket, basically. Carbon casket.
Yeah. He had him fucked up. Fucking nigga, man. Oh man, he had a booty brush too.
Even though he did redeem himself later.
He redeemed himself towards the end before he died. He redeemed himself.
He destroyed. He used a Millennium Falcon and destroyed the building of the second Death Star.
And you know what was fucked up? When they made this new Star Wars, they made it on the commercial seem like the black guy was gonna be the Jedi.
Yes, they did.
Hey, remember before we saw it, before it came out? Remember I saw the poster you had?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, I remember.
Not gonna fucking
and I ain't gonna lie, I'm mad because look, I done went and bought the Star Wars shirt with him on it and everything. Like I was ready.
But I knew one way because Esau's subliminal messaging.
Yep.
They made the poster with the white woman standing in front of Jake.
Yeah.
Our show, just her shoulder,
I remember,
was in front of him because it made it. It was a big picture of him. But her shoulder, it made her stand like she was in.
I'm the star. But I ain't gonna lie.
The thing is, when they made it look like that, like the Jake was gonna be the Jedi.
Yes.
Everybody wanted to see it.
Yeah.
That's the thing that they don't know.
Why? Because everybody got
a
quick glimpse at who was it?
Right.
Ace Windu when he was younger. Or what was it? Samuel Jackson?
Yeah, Ace
Windu.
But it was like if the black dude would have been the Jedi, that movie would have grossed just like motherfucking.
I was just gonna say that
yeah.
They advertised it like Black Panther.
Yeah. You see what happened with Black Panther.
And he was a big.
And then they put two extremes in Black Panther where, basically, Black Panther's character, of course, was. For everybody.
Right.
Killmonger's character
was only for Jake.
On Jake. Oh, yes, 100% for Jake.
And then you look at that movie Hancock, another example. Basically, he had to be controlled.
Exactly.
Right.
He had to put himself in handcuffs.
Just like they did Superman.
Superman was super Edomite, man.
No, but I'm just saying.
He had
Superman,
to be controlled
Batman,
so
all of
them,
they have to put them in jail and shit like that in order to control them to see if they going to submit
but see,
to the government.
The thing is, when Yahweh Bashim Yahushai give us spiritual power, it ain't gonna be none of that.
Nope, it's not gonna be no submitting. It's
gonna be no submitting. Y'all gonna submit.
They're not even gonna submit. Y'all going into slavery.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a whole lot of so-called black General Zods out there. Because what was Zod doing? He's trying to turn Earth into Krypton.
But guess what?
That's basically what we finna do. We finna turn Earth into the kingdom of heaven, man.
Let me read this now while you mention that. This is Isaiah 40 and 31. But they that wait upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushai shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Superman powers. But we're going to be the
like Yahushai said, you that believe on me, the works that I do, you shall do greater because I go to the Father.
Yeah,
man. You brothers out there that basically want to come against the miracles that Yahushai did and the prophets did. Y'all truly don't believe in this thing.
Good. Just like this dude we had that was in front of us a couple weekends ago, trying to make excuses about the mark being sin. Like, no, man.
That's like saying the chip is look, man. That's just like saying the chip is an embargo.
Right.
If the chip was sin, nobody would make it.
I'm gonna lie.
I say the righteous shall
I feel like this. I feel like this. The only people he could have learned that from, because it was just too weird what he was going through. The only people he could have learned that from was IUIC, man. Because they was the only one to say the chip was an embargo. And then this dude coming around talking about the chip is a sin. But we know.
Oh, and General Mills, General Yohana pushed that too. Mark of the beast being sin.
Yeah.
Of course we know it's sin, but it's not.
No,
they want to make it. They want to make. They're confusing people because they want to confuse people.
It's a stumbling block.
Right. It's a stumbling block. Right.
And he stumbled right on into it.
And that nigga he says he's gonna fall and be broken. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna stumble over. Just imagine that nigga stumbling over. Like, look, let's say this is the truth. It's a big ass rock to say the truth. And the nigga just trip over that bitch and fall and just be broken into pieces.
Yeah.
You know? you being broken into pieces. Why? Because your mind is shattered, nigga.
That's why the scriptures say, especially for these fallouts, it'll be better off if you never knew the truth than for you to come in and
pick up the plow,
and then go back into the world, because basically they trip over the stumbling stone of Yahushua and their hearts being discerned, the ways within them that wasn't right, and then they basically finally left the truth. So they've been shattered, and they become worse demons than they were before.
Right, I got a precept for y'all, brothers. Proverbs 4. I'm gonna start at 10. Shalaki. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. I have taught thee in the ways of wisdom. I have led thee in the right path. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast.
Hey, that means we're not gonna mess up anymore,
right?
Because a lot of people right now, since we were born into these chains of darkness, we was born into adultery, man. All right.
Right. A lot of us was born on the bed of adultery. We was conceived in adultery.
Exactly.
Anytime where your mom would basically let you know that your dad was the second person that she ever had sex with, hey, that's a bed of adultery. She wasn't a virgin when he had her.
Not to mention, if we paying for the sins of your third and fourth generation, you're coming back into sin. You know what I'm saying? You're coming back this life to pay for the shit that you didn't did your past life.
Yeah, just like
until the end. This is the last go around, man.
And that's how we know. Yeah. Shit, 2/3 of the right people, they got the spirit of Cain in them.
Yeah,
Cain is on this earth to this day.
In their ass and shit.
Cain is on this earth to this day. Take 13. Take fast hold of instructions. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. What that means is, when it says take fast hold of instructions, that's talking about the scriptures. Let her not go, because the Lord considers a wisdom as a woman. And keep her, for she is thy life. Because you can't get wisdom unless you know the scriptures. So, 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall.
What's that scripture what's that one that you just read right there? That last one?
The last one, Proverbs 4 and 16.
Yeah, they can't look. Let me tell you something. They put hell on Jake, so they can get a good night's rest, man.
Right. We always tell people
any little
that.
way they can be an asshole.
They ain't getting no sleep unless they can cause something.
That's why
man.
Edomites can't stand when they walk past Jake and Jake is smiling.
Or Jake standing up and proudly with their chest poked out, like
when they walk past Jake and Jake is frowning or mad, then you'll see the big ass grin on Esau's
with their
face.
head down.
Yeah,
well, that's the same thing with the cities that we create in the communities. They were passing by, seeing us do good. They was taking their sleep away. They was taking their fucking sleep away, man.
Right. When the Black Wall Street era, man, they couldn't stand that.
These niggas could not sleep. They was tossing and turning.
We gotta get the military on
because if they seem too happy, they thinking that we're plotting to get back at them for what they've done. See, they don't want to have to pay for their sins and what they've done. So that's why they don't get no sleep, because they think all the wrong things they did to the righteous people. The righteous, if they get to sleeping and sleeping is like not worrying about shit no more. But nah, because look what happened in that Turner. They ain't gonna never be able to sleep right long as we in the same countries now.
Right, but no, they can't sleep right if we on top.
No, that's what I'm saying. They can't sleep right just the thought of it.
Just the thought of us understanding who we supposed to be, who the Lord created us to be. That devil cannot go into the gates of the nobles. Okay, because his word has reached upon the least ear. They the ones that watch us.
I'm gonna tell you somebody who else can't stand it either, man. The Stevens out there. The Stevens
Yeah,
out
nigga
there
on that
hate
bag.
us, boy. The Stevens hate us damn near more than Esau do.
Always rapping like you trying to get the slaves free. Drizzy.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, these Steven ass niggas, they have an agenda too. They
Yeah.
trying to prolong their stay in this kingdom as much as possible to make it as
Mm-hmm.
comfortable.
Shit, one of them passed by the camp last weekend. What did he say when he was walking past, brother? What
Hell,
that do?
Satan.
Is that what he said? Yeah. His boy had to come back and correct him. I don't care how much fun you having and how much you've been drinking. You don't mark yourself in that manner.
Most
You
High will
unless
put
you
to
are a
open shame.
complete fool.
Right, 'cause
Hopefully,
the Most High
Lord
put
willing,
you
he's
to
just
an open shame. and
right,
then an open
right.
flame,
You
nigga.
are you man. You made a complete fool out of yourself like that.
I mean, he just confessed himself to be a demon.
Yeah, like that light skinned guy y'all was talking to, that young guy. Me and the brother watched that video yesterday. Oh my God, man. Like, without even trying, he was destroying himself. And y'all was destroying him, and he just didn't realize it. That because he kept, his only, after y'all kept founding him on what he was saying, his only comeback would be, y'all just don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
oh
You know what
my
I'm
God.
saying? You
Yeah,
just
you
acting
know
like
what
you don't know.
Right.
One of them searching ass niggas. They
Right,
trying to
like-
search you to see.
Like, that's what makes us think,
See
if
a
he's
chink
watching
in
this
your
video,
armor.
Yeah.
if he's watching this video, that's what makes me think that he was kicked out of a camp.
Oh no, we know he was kicked out.
He had to be,
Yeah.
because the way he acted, he would have definitely got kicked out of this camp.
You know they should write
Like
somebody
that,
should
acting
write a
like
book
that.
called Things That a Fallout Would Say.
Yeah.
Things that a nigga that dropped the plow would
Oh
say.
man, you know how
right.
many people would be reading that book
Yeah.
just so they could come out the camp.
What the fuck? I'll probably make a social media post and just put that shit up. Things that a nigga that dropped the plow would say. You know?
All right, so they know what to say. Oh man, you giving them too much insight. Oh man, they know I was. Oh man, I was just. I said that shit too.
Yeah,
Like,
nigga, you said all of this dumbass shit because this is the things that you strove with the people in your camp
Right.
and got your ass kicked out.
Like
I mean,
saying
come on,
something
man.
Like, I think I'm an Edomite.
Or
Fuck,
just
hey, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
just saying like just saying truthfully like this, like how do you like your meat? I like my meat gay.
Right.
What the fuck kind of shit is
Most
that,
High gonna
man?
destroy you, man.
Like-
I mean, 'cause
like,
what
it's
scripture
crazy.
say, by their words thou shalt be justified,
Yeah,
and by thy
thy
words thou
words
shalt
shall
be
be
condemned.
condemned.
This is
Right.
Hebrews 4:12. It says,
Mm-hmm.
for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Right.
So
It-
basically, you know, like Apostle Gabar will bring out, a lot of people that's brought or called into this thing, you know, they get basically exposed.
right.
You know?
Because there are two people in this camp that fell out that said that they think they're Edomite. You know.
Oh, so it was two people.
Yeah.
I thought it was just one. Nope,
And
I
making
just thought
excuse-
about it.
They started making
Excuses of why they shouldn't
Like
be
the
doing
Most
it.
High made a mistake.
Yeah,
Like the Most
yeah.
High don't know their spirit.
Right.
Well, no, right, and that's the thing he do because you was never of us.
Mm-hmm.
I got one more scripture.
And then we bring out all the time about the terrors of the week, as far as, you know, how going back to hardcore slavery, as far as, you know, them impregnating our women and causing terrorists to being sown, which is, you know, Edomites that look like Jakes.
Yeah.
And, you know,
But the scriptures also say the wicked shall not understand.
right.
It's like if you actually got it at any point, you understood it at any point. I mean, in truth and in sincerity. Yeah, come on, man. That X's you out from being an Edomite.
You
That's
just made
being
me.
it just an excuse.
Let me get this precept. I just read it to a precept just as you were saying that. It just right. I just was reading, and as he said that, it was just right there. Proverbs 4 and Proverbs 4:19. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. They know not at what they stumble.
Because
You
you
know.
one of them
So basically, it's saying that, you know.
Wait, Rick, can you read that one more time?
It's Proverbs 4 and 19. The way of the wicked is as darkness; they know not at what they stumble.
Right, because the ignorance that's within the majority of these people, especially 2/3 of our people right now, they know not at what they stumble because they don't even know the standard of what they should be following. They don't know the God that they're supposed to be worshiping, or His Son to, cleanse them of their iniquity, to follow the right way and the right path. So it's like they just groping about in darkness.
Yeah,
right. Just
like the curses.
Just like Jeremiah said,
and,
they are shot as children.
They groping about in that darkness and don't have that light or that direction.
And how we know? Because that nigga that passed the camp the other day, or the last weekend or whatever, the one that said, "Hell, hey Satan." Groping in darkness, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a nigga groping.
Yeah.
Yeah, dumbass nigga, man. This is Luke 14 and 16. Then said he unto me, a certain man made a great supper, and bade many, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready. When we go out to the highways and the hedges and we make these videos, this is what we're
it's
doing.
parabolically speaking on the marriage feast of when Yahweh Shai comes back to grab up the elect, because those are the ones who's really going to come into the feast.
Yeah, and that's why we say we His servants. He ain't really putting no titles on us, because whatever Yahushua whatever title Yahushua want to put on us, that's what we're gonna be. But we are all known as His servants. We call ourselves the hopeful elect because we hope we part of the elect, and we all Yahushua's servants.
What he say?
I will give that man a name that no man shall.
Yeah, on the white stone. Yeah. I was just thinking that's good. Yeah, because he said he'll put that on a white stone, and you would know that name. You know what I'm saying? And that name, that number. Yeah. Look, man. This is the things that we strive for. You know what I'm saying? I would desire one of them stones, man. I ain't out here striving to make $1 billion and, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, man? That shit would be life.
I'm striving for me and my family and my loved ones to be written in the new Bible.
Right. That's the book of life. That's going to be the new Bible, the book of life.
That's all I'm striving for. I want to, because the Lord do talk about people that won't be wrote in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
The book of life.
It said it's going to be written in the earth.
Right.
Yeah, you know why you're going to be written in the earth? Because you're going to have to be reborn in the kingdom.
Yeah.
You weren't even worthy to be remembered like by name.
Right.
On this side. You were just a multitude of dumb niggas that was destroyed. Or like when they got ate up, they got swallowed up in Korah. When they tried to come against Moses and the ground opened up and swallowed their ass up. They only told you a couple of them niggas' names. You can go down the line and name off all these other niggas, man. They just a group of dead motherfuckers, man.
For the people that play video games, that's why we call them RPGs, NPCs.
Yeah, NPCs. Yeah.
NPCs is just them random non-player characters, the ones that just don't know nothing.
You playing Grand Theft Auto and you just steal that motherfucker car and blow their head off and just pull out while the niggas bitch is still in the passenger side screaming and you just driving around. Those are NPCs.
I went right to it too. This is 2 Corinthians 4:3. It says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the power of this world, Satan, these Edomites, hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach Yahushai, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine onto them."
That's right.
I'm gonna start calling that the NPC scripture, because they don't know nothing. They just walking around
randomly talking about some hell. What do you say? Hell, Satan.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
It's just an NPC.
Jake, a damn Jake. One of the Lord's chosen people is walking around talking about hell, Satan.
Right, but he's an NPC.
Groping
he's not part of
darkness,
the elect. He's not part of the elect.
No, he ain't part of the elect.
He's an Israelite, but he's
right.
Exactly.
He's right. He's just an Israelite.
Yep. If you're not the Israel of the Most High, the elect or the 1/3, then guess what? He just an NPC.
He's still
As a matter of
calling.
fact, he's just a Jake.
Yeah, because he's still calling himself a nigga.
Yep.
That's
NPCs, non-player characters.
Yeah.
They don't got no salvation, no direction.
Yeah, there's
You
plenty
know?
of niggas that get
And
killed.
I say that because Jacob's name was changed to Israel.
Yep.
You know?
Only
Yep,
NPCs
yep.
believe. NPCs believe in worship, and they believe in worship gang leaders and mob bosses
Yeah.
and all that type
Yeah,
of stuff.
they just random. They just random characters and shit, man.
They
They
don't-
don't.
right.
They don't
They
know
follow
nothing
what
about
the-
the story that's
hey.
going on here.
Right.
Hey, when one of the camps, I forgot which camp it was, said that GMS was nothing but rapists or whatever, because we were talking about the rape doctrine.
Right.
Every single person that believed in it, what they were saying, were nothing but NPCs, man.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's all they were, man. Every one of them, because we ran into a lot of them.
And the irony of that is the main person, Polite, is now serving time
Oh,
for
my
for graping. My bad. So
Yeah.
graping his stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yet he had a whole campaign against the Great
Hey, the
Millstone
Most High
Camp
got a-
that
he's
taught the truth of that doctrine about
Right.
the grape doctrine.
Right.
The Most High has
Or
a
the grape
sense of
scripture.
humor.
Yeah.
He said he shall laugh at them when calamity falls upon him.
And that just
That comes
completely exposed him for being a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
'Cause
he
was
probably
thinking about it,
acted
too.
out his fantasy on his stepdaughter
Most High
when
put
he
that
got
demon on
two
him.
wives.
Yeah.
Most High put that
Yeah,
demon on
yeah.
him. He couldn't resist it.
And he had two nice looking wives,
Yeah.
too. It's crazy,
Yeah.
man. Crazy.
He Most High put that insatiable demon on him,
Yep,
that incubus on his
Yep.
ass, and that nigga was like, man, shit,
I knew it was over. I knew it was over for that brother.
got the
That
hand.
Shout
brother,
out to
Polay, I knew it was over for him. When I first seen him, that he snapped a picture of him on his knees in front of a bed with his hands like he was praying to the Lord, but he had a stack of money in front of him.
Yeah.
That's when I knew that it was
Hey,
over for
you know,
him.
you can either serve the Lord or serve Mammon. He
Yep.
was praying to Mammon. I mean, he shot up the Bible, symbolically saying that he don't want it. You know. Hey.
Right. Anytime, I mean,
And
nigga,
that he completely cast the words of the Most High
Yep. Behind him.
Mhm.
Yep.
it's like your uncle Esau.
How can a fish swallow?
Oh, and the white man ain't his devil.
Right. He did say that the white man ain't his devil.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nigga, man.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's an NPC.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something. He was like, Most High made
Don't
you-
know nothing, just groping in darkness,
I
man.
mean, since we on the subject, you know, people is tripping about this 63-year-old Jake with an 18-year-old, which I'm gonna be truthful with you. The laws of this land says that she is of legal
Yes,
age.
she is
Right.
fine. Yeah,
So
that's
therefore,
fine.
hey,
Right there.
there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Hey,
There's
she
nothing
knows-
wrong with it biblically or in America's law. I mean, it's like what these people, man. They don't know up from down, man. They don't consider nothing. Oh, she didn't know. She's grown. And these people is always talking some type
Actually,
of madness. and
she's
shit.
beyond grown.
Yeah, she's 18. So
she's
what the
well-
fuck is
she's-
wrong?
She's probably at her prime.
Yeah, but that's
too
the
much for y'all.
That's the feminist doctrine in the West. That's all that is. That feminist doctrine or feminist doctrine in the West, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's spurs that on because
Tell me you don't want me to have some shit without saying it.
right. It's like they look at the older man as taking advantage of the younger woman, but what is it that is the younger woman taking advantage of
Hey,
the
I
older man?
remember I just showed you the video. I remember with the foreign people. Remember he brought his wife, which was 14 years old or 15 years old, to the show, and she was explaining basically the Edomite was trying to get her like
Yeah,
remember what
yeah,
he
I
was doing.
remember
Then
the
she
Arab
brought her
dude,
husband
yeah.
out, and her husband came.
Yeah, the
and was
Arab
just-
dude was like
Yeah.
in his late 20s, and the Arab girl was like
She was like 14 and 15 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were married.
And
She was given away by her father. No, she was basically the Edomite was
Yeah,
making
yeah.
it like
we gonna
she's
get
gonna
her
miss.
young.
She's missing out on all her life for doing
get them
that. For her
shoes.
parents doing that, she's gonna miss out on everything that's good. Basically,
Right,
that's what that
which is
Esau,
BS,
that Edomites
yeah.
was saying.
Well,
And
she
it-
don't get to grow up and
Right,
be a hoe
because
and
all she
participate
said-
in the house
Right,
do you know what she
basically
said
all
she
they
do?
want in
She
America.
said she
Back
cook
about-
and clean for his family and see about his family. She don't even have to work or nothing.
You mean to tell me she ain't gonna be a passenger on the car carousel?
Right.
She ain't gonna
be one of them.
be a hot girl, a city girl.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Vacation.
She ain't gonna learn how to twerk at an early age.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Wow.
Well,
yeah.
she probably do know how to twerk already. She just do it for her husband.
That's right. Yeah, man, she's doing that naked twerk.
This is 1 Kings 1:1. It says, "Now David was old and stricken in years, and they covered him with clothes, and he got no heat."
Right. He didn't get he couldn't generate heat no more. He couldn't, get excited.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because heat comes from your core.
Yep.
Your body works hard to keep your
Yeah.
visceral organs going.
Yeah.
When that start going cold,
Let me see that means death is coming.
yeah, furnace is going cold, baby.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore his servants said unto him, "Let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, that my lord the king may get heat." As a matter of fact, let me pull this up on a Blue Letter app.
Let's get this young woman and let him lie with this young woman.
I mean,
And we gonna see.
Of
Yeah.
marriageable age.
No, it ain't.
I mean, no.
But beyond her
unmarriageable
flower.
age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
being
beyond
under
her
flower
flower.
age.
Yep.
Right, put it this
because
way.
I
Soon as
think
she had
it would probably be Ayalama. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
right, because soon as she
Yeah.
had her
Yeah.
period,
When,
her father
Isaiah
gave her
14
away,
chapter.
Yep.
and righteously he
I
gave
don't
her
care
away.
what
As soon as she
age
had
she
her period.
was, and don't say what if she was 9, because no, they didn't. They
No.
weren't having no
No.
periods at
No.
9.
Yep. They were
No.
having their periods at 13,
At about
14.
13, they
Yeah.
start having their periods about 12, 13
Some
years
of them
old.
12,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
because
And a lot of you women, you hypocritical women that see this video,
Yep,
y'all
they
was
lost
fucking
their
as early
virgin.
as
Yep.
fucking elementary school.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And a lot of women admitted that.
And guess what? Guess what? A lot of these 70s.
Bathwalla.
Yep.
That's the translation.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of these 70s and 80s women, they was the ones that started that. Like they was marrying at 13, 14 years old, running
Yeah.
away from home
Yeah.
and being
Yep.
with their boyfriends and
Yep.
husbands and stuff
Yep.
at 14,
Yep.
13 and 14.
that's why a lot of
Yeah.
them missing
You know,
children
they got
posters and
kids
shit
now, and but
with
you
the girls on it.
Yep.
They and sometime in the good amount of time in the 80s and the 90s,
Yeah, they were missing because they was running away to their boyfriend.
Yep.
they
sure
owed
was.
their boyfriend.
Yeah.
And
I
society
mean,
shit.
I'm not mistaken. That's how I got my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Because she ran away from her mama
Yep.
and her household.
Yep.
And guess when I met my wife? I was 17 and she was 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Oh,
Hey, there it is.
I was 17, not saying that it wasn't nothing wrong, even if I was older. The
Right,
fact
right,
is
but
that
you
because I
ain't
was
dead.
older and more mature,
yeah.
that's the whole reason why as soon as she met me, she wanted to get away from her family.
Yep. And that's how young women are.
Yes.
Yep.
And they supposed to
Yep.
feel like
Once
that.
they- yep,
They
once
supposed
they-
to want to cling on to
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Once you
Oh,
go
you
on
bring that
to
out
them.
in scripture. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Bring it out in
supposed to.
scripture.
Go ahead, Rod.
Go ahead, Rod.
Go
Right,
ahead.
because Bathwalla apparently is translated as, the Hebrew word for virgin, and 38 times, and a maid 7 times, and a maiden 5 times.
Basically, a virgin that's past the prime of her age, which is her period. Past the flower of her age, which is her period.
Let's look at that word young real quick.
Yeah. PYT.
Yep.
That pretty young.
And
thing.
just like the apostles always say, hey, we're going to get them young.
Right. And
It says,
because they're going to be of marriageable age
Yep.
because they have passed the flower of their age.
Yeah.
That word for young is Ira. It says girl, damsel, female servant. That Me Too movement will have a field day with that.
Mm-hmm.
Not your fucking servant, how dare you?
Right.
Girl, damsel. So it says little girl, but she didn't pass the flower of her age. She's no longer a little girl. She's a young woman.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says
Bathwalla, yeah.
A young woman, marriageable young woman.
How's it a
prostitute?
Right, marriageable, and it's
Because
not
she's
a
had her
prostitute.
period.
But it's actually it could be, because it could be a young concubine or a young prostitute. But guess what? It's a young woman of marriageable age, past the flower of her age.
She's coming to the age of puberty.
Yep.
And where she has certain feelings of a woman.
Yep.
See, that's not natural for a little girl or a young
Right,
girl
right.
to have those sexual
Right.
No, an
right.
older woman can't have those feelings like
Right.
that.
A girl can't have
one
a
that's
sexual
prepubescent.
feeling. Yeah.
One that hasn't had
Right.
her period yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Right.
always she should
She's
be-
still pure.
Right.
Yep, exactly. Young girls don't have that desire.
It's not natural for them.
It's not
because
natural
if they
for a
do,
man to.
It's usually because they've been sexually assaulted.
Yep, and it's not
Otherwise,
natural.
that
or
would cause the
molested.
triggering process
Yep,
earlier
yep,
than what it's
yep.
supposed to.
And it's
But
not
also
natural.
part of it is the hormones that they shoot up into these foods where it can be causing these women to have periods early.
And it's also not natural for man to have any sexual desire to a young girl. Because a man is not going to have a sexual desire to a young girl that's not developed.
That's
And they ain't
beyond
gonna
before her
Not
flower.
a Jake man.
Yeah.
Usually a Jake man because Esau like they women
Yeah,
looking
Esau
like
is
undeveloped
different.
women a lot.
Yeah,
Anyway. They
yeah.
don't want no.
No, I mean they
They
even
have
an
a natural
underdeveloped
affection for
woman.
children,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
They have
but-
a natural affection for children.
Right. Because
I ain't gonna
children. I don't know, man. Children just ain't supposed to turn men on.
Right.
And when a
5 or
young
6 year
woman
old
is
girl
developed,
gonna turn you on.
Yeah,
Ain't got
yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
Ain't got nothing but
yeah.
a bare chest.
right,
like
right.
her chest look like a little boy still.
Right.
A
But
lot
a
of them
young
women
woman
that
though,
be in high positions that when they get older they look like that too.
yeah,
They look-
hey, there's some women that I call underdeveloped, with their titties ain't bigger than, damn near nipples and shit. But
And they they got the nicer toy, ain't got no ass,
yeah,
big feet,
yeah, they
big
just,
ass nose, no lips. We like to call it she ain't got nothing but a throat.
Yeah,
Usually them ones like that
Yeah.
suck a
Let me,
golf ball through a
right,
guard.
but but they still women if they had their period,
Right.
because they at least still develop to be tall enough and have some type of shape to them,
Yeah, let me
But,
let me get this precept out, brother. You still have some on there, brother? Go ahead, brother.
It says, so they searched out the land of Israel
Oh, you did?
for a beautiful girl. They found Abishag,
move that elbow, man.
Shunem, and brought her to
My
the
throne.
Oh, yeah.
king. It says the girl was very beautiful, and she looked after the king and took care of him, but the king had no sexual relations with her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Although it was there partially for that intended purpose.
Mm-hmm. But she was too young at the time, right?
And actually, no, it didn't say that she was too young at the time. It just said that basically King David didn't have sexual relations with her.
Yeah.
Because he
And
was on his deathbed.
It was on his deathbed.
Yeah.
Because any other time, look, they know King David liked them young women.
Mm-hmm.
Not no little girls. I say young women.
Yes.
Okay. That's it. He enjoyed them. Okay.
Oh, what else?
Just like most men do in other countries. And
Mary and Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
To those of you who know that Yahushua was
She-
conceived
that's
through
right.
the act of sex with Joseph and Mary.
it was that Lama Ah, was that Bathwala.
That was Bathwala in that precept, and
And then the one for Mary was Bathwala, was it Lama?
for I think it was Ayalama in Isaiah the
Ayalama.
14th chapter.
So okay, so Mary was Bathwala as well. You know what I'm saying? She was a young woman of marriageable age. They were supposed to wait. Most High, he gave Joseph. I mean not Joseph. What's it? I'm having a brain fart. Yahushua's father's name.
Yahusha. Yahushua's earthly father was Yahusha or Joseph.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I was right.
Joseph,
Right.
but Yahusha.
I started thinking about Joseph.
No, it was just Joseph.
No, I started thinking about Joseph. Israel. Israel's sons.
So what? I mean, you
I was
people
tripping.
would But of course, that's why they want to cling to that whole virgin birth narrative when that was added during the Council of Nicaea.
Right.
They added that to the scriptures.
No woman never gave birth without having sex.
Because
angels,
before the Council of Nicaea, that whole virgin birth doctrine was not, put in where it says in parentheses, and Joseph, as was supposed to be, in parentheses, the father of Hamashiach Yahushua. No.
Right.
It was supposed to Joseph, the father of Hamashiach Yahushua, in that genealogy line.
Right.
When you read it.
You got more in your scripture?
That was basically mainly the point, just...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to read this quick precept. Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Right, because
the Lord made that rule up, not us, right?
Right.
Right.
Both sides.
The pains of y'all that y'all go through on your periods, that's part of the curse.
Right.
Endometriosis.
Yep, and childbirth.
Yep.
That's why other animals when they give birth, they don't feel pain. Like you said, it's like they really taking a shit or something as to them having pain. What do you do to us? We was forced to till the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
By the sweat of our brow, just to grow food when it used to grow abundantly and by itself.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, that's hard. I mean, we gotta work hard. As men, gotta work hard.
I mean, it's set up
Not
like
that we
that
don't
to the point in this society, you work until you die.
Yeah.
Or you live the majority of your life.
Yeah, you
working
should
to
be.
survive. And
I always said that.
If you get, a pension or some shit, you're gonna enjoy maybe the last 10, 15, 20 years of your life.
My thing is, in this country, there should be a certain minimum wage made where people are able to retire at about 30 to 35 years old to enjoy the rest of their life. You don't work as a worker all your fucking life or the majority of your life to these dang gone Edomites. No. They will work you. Man, look, they so out cold with it, they'll work an 80-some-year-old woman doing the same thing a 20-some-year-old man is doing. They'll make an 80-some-year-old woman do it like at DeVos Hall. So it was a stack of chairs and you got to pull the chairs down 2, 3, 4, whatever at a time. But this 80-some-year-old woman barely can pull down one. And they got her doing the same thing the young people doing. It's just how much Esau don't give a fuck about making you work for the rest of your life.
And expect you to be, basically like a robotic slave.
Yeah, because that's what you are to them.
However many days a week, however many hours, until they dismiss you to leave.
They don't even say, when you're 35, it don't matter. We're just going to start giving you a check so you can just live, comfortably for the rest of your life. They don't even do that type of stuff because they wicked. They wicked. They know that there's no enjoyment in motherfucking life if you have to work if you working at, who wants to work at McDonald's or any fast food restaurant for the rest of their life?
Yeah. I mean, shit, you look up and you see that, though. You see some motherfuckers working at Wendy's. Motherfucker be proud they've been there for 15 years and shit.
Right.
That's why just working 5 days a week, I mean, living in this world, your spirit is worn down. Right.
Yeah, but just the thing, you could actually work 7 days a week. But if you work the 7 days a week, everybody could work 7 days a week. If you work 7 days a week, you only should be working 2 to 3 hours a day. Because what you truly need to get done should only take 2 to 3 hours a day. And then you go back to your family and do your work at home. You might got things to do in the yard, or you got some, homework to do, some repairs or some building on your home or whatever. You're going to have time to do that and go to work.
And then it's still an imbalance because that's another reason why the Most High put the Sabbath in place. So that we can have a day's rest.
Right. No, well, not just, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you're going to have to rest. So, and that's why, I'm just saying that a person can work 2 or 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah. If they was getting paid, just say, for instance, you was getting paid $2,000 an hour. And you only work 3 hours a day for 7 days a week. And you retire at 30 years old with a pension of no less than $1 million for your lifetime. Man, look.
Shit, you think
think about that? Yeah,
that would be too much like right for Esau to follow.
Right.
Not to mention same day paychecks. You
get
paid the same day.
Got to go by the scripture. Your Lord said, as soon as your day is over, you get paid for that day. And you go about your business. See you tomorrow.
Well, not with them a week or two ahead of time where they can take whatever they want.
They can take right. Before you see any of your money, they got it first.
They done already pinched it.
Right.
Several governmental motherfuckers done pinched it. Y'all got anything else?
No, I ain't got nothing else.
Yeah. It says, I want to finish that out. I'll be done. What's my place?
Yeah, bro.
Because a lot of y'all cats, that's why the Lord just said drop down. Yeah, I got one more.
So this branched off into various topics.
God.
Yeah, that's kind of figured out what I thought it was going to kind of be anyway. There's so much to talk about when you're talking about shit that's going on in the world and why Esau got to fall. There's so many things you can go into.
Right, and plus bringing out scriptures for edification purposes.
Yeah.
Just to kind of expound on the meaning.
You
like
said
we're not just doing this video just to ramble. But we to bring edification.
Right.
This is Isaiah 24 and 21. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth.
Who is the high ones? Who is the high ones? Esau, the Edomites.
Starting with your elites, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, and
the aristocrats,
the Myers, and all your major names. These big, the cats that got the
what's the one? The newest one we heard? Yeah. What's the newest one we heard? That they just brought a restaurant here like a couple of years ago. I heard they're elite. They're elite motherfucking company from the Rothschilds and all of them. Rock something is a
Rockefellers.
No, Rock something. The in the William Mall, the restaurant.
Black
Rock. If you look up Black Rock, y'all gonna be blown away.
I know Black Rock.
Who owns Black Rock and all that? I'm talking about. This is not a joke. Black Rock is bad.
Black Rock,
huh?
Because I'm familiar with the Black Rock Corporation. You talking about some mercy?
This is not a joke. These are corporations that you would think Black Rock is just a fucking restaurant. Nah, man. If the people it's owned by, these are corrupt elites, man, that own Black Rock. They're the ones. Black Rock is cornering the market by buying up every motherfucking thing right now.
Yeah, that's true. It says Isaiah 24 and 21, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in prison, and after many days shall they be visited.
Right, because once Yahushua brings that judgment by putting down the heathen and these other nations and destroying Esau's kingdom throughout the world, that these elites, they're gonna be put down and put in a low position. They're gonna be put to slavery.
Yeah, they're going into slavery. They're gonna work for a change.
Yeah,
they're gonna work until for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
however old they are.
Right.
And they're gonna populate children.
That's why I said we're gonna put them in that pit. See, that original pit was that country or the lands that they dwelled in, especially in Europe, because it didn't have any major resources
they think
outside of Esau.
If it's Esau, if you watching this video, Esau, it might sound similar to how what the brothers are saying. It might sound similar to how you're running the country right now, but let me tell you the difference. If we catch any of that that weird mentality that you have on boy and girl on girl.
Oh, yeah.
You will be put straight to death.
Yeah.
Instantly.
With no doubt. That's the difference.
Swell up, just look at you and make your head swell up like the fist of the North Star.
Right, because it's going to be a bunch of so-called black and brown General Zods out there.
Right.
That's right.
Better not catch one of y'all in the field, 2 men in the field getting peed on or whatever, okay?
They're trying to corrupt or defile some
Right.
boys
That's what I'm saying. We catch that shit. See, that's the difference. Y'all was able to get away with that shit then, but when y'all in slavery, try that shit then. And watch what happens.
Hey, but we ain't gonna be buck breaking y'all. So
Nope.
Right.
We ain't gonna be doing it. This slavery's gonna be actually better than ours.
They ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, they get to buck break us like we did them. No, motherfucker, don't rub your hands together. They ain't on that shit.
But they still ain't gonna receive no mercy. So no. It's gonna be ways to torment them.
I put it this way: just imagine two of the brothers in a heated debate with each other on something that's just not with the scriptures, but just something personal. They just on a debate or whatever, and Esau's walking past and he don't want nothing to do with nothing. He see him over there arguing what sound like arguing, but they debating hard. Then next thing you know, as Esau walking past, one of the brothers just slapped the shit out of him, just out of nowhere. And he just take it, bow. Oh.
And it's
we'll keep walking. That's what's going to happen.
Amusement.
Yeah, right.
Not because that Edomite did anything wrong.
Nope.
Because, it's just for the pure pleasure of, Edomite just got smacked the shit out of him.
Shit, he just walked
like
past.
that video that Apostle DeHart played with the Bugs Bunny sitting as a king with the scepter and then smacking Yosemite Sam in the head repeatedly.
That damn king, yeah. Rise, soup. Yeah, rise.
I'm mad. I'm mad. So you just happen to be walking past. I'm mad.
Like,
so
I mean, that's how
you gonna say?
We gonna be with that scepter of rulership.
Right, a rod of iron. Hey, and then when he slapped the shit out you, right? You look at this motherfucker, right? You better not look him in his eyes either, man.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Have a mug on your face.
Man, that mug gonna instantly jump on his knees and say, "Please tell Yahweh I didn't mean whatever I did to displease you, sir. To displease you, Master Ariyaga.
Who's your master?
Please, Master Ariyaga, tell our Lord that I'm so sorry. Whatever I did, because he was just walking past. He probably had the last 3 days been real good to him.
As a matter of fact, I don't care if it's the lowest Israelite, the lowest Israelite that come back in the kingdom.
No.
You Edomites will refer to him
as master. Right. The lowest.
Hey. We require one of your eyes, boy, for looking at me crazy. I saw the way you looked at me the instant I slapped the cowboy stew out your ass.
Right.
Get used to this the 3-finger technique. Which eye? I'm going to let you choose which eye it is. And then even when you choose, I'm going to take the one I want any goddamn way.
I mean, ain't that, look. Ain't that what they do to us at their jobs, though?
Yeah.
Ain't that what they do to us? They I put it to you this way. Esau has forever, hey, go do this. Jacob be like, hey, man, that ain't my job description. That ain't what I put on my application. I ain't doing that shit. Guess what? Next day you fired.
Yeah.
Or next couple of days you're fired. They done made a reason. You know, like.
That's right.
I mean, they've been doing us like that forever, man. Yeah. Like, it's just going to be feel good to have some, some of that retribution.
Everything is an excuse that we do.
Right.
Nigga. I was sick as fuck. I couldn't make it to wall. Nigga, you was bullshit.
What is it?
You could have came here sick. You see Susie over it? Matter of fact, your son died. What the fuck that got to do with me? I put it this way. Nigga, mine is alive. Get to work. Like, that devil don't give a fuck.
Right, because look, recompense is real.
Right. And payback, that righteous payback.
Yeah.
Recompense. Is back and compense is to compensate and pay. It says Isaiah 24:22, and they shall gather together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days they shall be visited. Look, you imagine, when you used to get in trouble, and they make your mom or your dad, whoever discipline you, they make you tell your ass to go sit in the bathroom or go sit in the room, but you know you finna get your ass whooped. So that whole time you just sitting there.
You in anxiousness.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
look. Y'all remember? I don't know if y'all seen a movie called Frailty. When the Edomite dude, basically, God came to him and told him that he was gonna have to murder like 3 motherfuckers, and his kids was in shock, his boy was in shock, but when he touched one of his boys, you know, they were supposed to see what he seen, but one of them didn't, because one of them were meant to be killed one day, and his father didn't want that for him. His father was trying to change the mind of the Most High, and had his son, you know, doing everything that he didn't want to do that the Most High wanted him to do. So one day his dad got so mad at him because he tried to snitch his dad out to the police about one of the guys he killed, that he made his son dig. He dug a hole, a square. He dug a square and he dug a deep hole, and his dad basically turned that motherfucker into a cellar. Or not a cellar, but what you call it, when things where you on the ground, shelter thing where you pick up.
Yeah.
Put them in that motherfucker for days without food and water and shit, man. Like dead serious, man. Y'all, if y'all haven't seen that movie, man, y'all got to see Frailty, man. You want to talk about a punishment, and the thing is, what come to find out, his dad was telling the truth the whole time, and his son, when he would touch one of his son, his youngest son can see that every one of the white people that he was grabbing and killing, they were all demons. They was like child rapists, child molesters, and all this that never been caught. That then got in they like 70s, 60s and 70s and never been caught. And he just happened to come around while they coming from the grocery store one day and hit him with a blunt object in the head to knock him out. He never could kill him right there. He have to knock him out and bring him back to the shed and then kill him in the shed. And then bury their bodies in the flowers. In a garden of flowers that was in this graveyard, you know. And he said he did what the Lord said, and the Lord would come to him at the most craziest times to tell him who he has to take out next, you know. And that was it. But his son got punished because his son was actually wicked as fuck. His son couldn't see what his other son was seeing.
And I was watching a video though where a dude was interviewing this black girl and shit. She had to be like 19, 20 and shit. And she said that she believed she didn't want to get married because she believed, because she's seen a lot of movies, husbands beat their wives. I mean, it just goes, hey, don't be believing every movie shit.
Yeah.
Because people are hear you describing the movie, then people have them voices in their heads and shit, like that one bitch that killed her husband and her kids on the eclipse.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What the fuck is? Man.
It's usually, based upon the men that they chose. Usually y'all don't know how to. That's why the father chose these men. Yeah, a lot of times the women choose these niggas that are unworthy vessels. Yeah, and they abuse them, but they got they wanted him. They wanted babies with him.
Well, I can't say that about the motherfucker, the bitch that killed her husband and kids because of the eclipse. Can't say that about that.
No, that bitch was just crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like
he didn't beat that bitch up or nothing. This shit. He was worried about the bitch when she was having voices about.
Right, but what about the true story about? I know y'all seen that movie that was based on a true story.
Wait, before we get into that, let's finish this up.
No, this is part of that though. This one I'm about to say is part of that. Look, so I know that y'all seen that movie Beloved. What did she do when Esau was coming to get Esau was coming to get them kids? Did she make the smart decision? Because they paint women in such a great picture, but they don't like black. Well, they don't want no more white people to see the movie Beloved. They never talk about that. Why? Because Esau, everybody was in slavery. Esau was taking people's kids or whatever. But what did this black woman do one day? Oprah Winfrey. She took the kids, and when the Esau opened the door, she was taking the last baby and smashing his head against the stone. Wow, just like the Lord was saying, remember? She was taking all her baby blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not her
wow.
babies. We ain't gonna do that to our babies.
No, yeah, that was her kids. I
She was
kill them
killing-
dead before I
yeah.
let you take
She
them.
was
You
killing
know,
her
I'm
own
like,
kids.
what
And
the
it's
heck?
no,
I'm like,
just
no.
kill him, man.
Right, I'm like, why you just?
Kill
I
him
said
and
you
run
should have killed
away.
yourself.
Yeah.
Because you don't, them kids didn't deserve to die, man. Like,
especially like
what the
that,
heck?
you know,
Right.
it's like
That's horrible. I mean, she was just taking them
Like,
and just bashing it.
'Cause I
You know how
wouldn't
much
have no
pain they had to
pleasure.
been in before they died?
Yeah, how can you have pleasure in bashing your kid? For you Edomites, we're gonna bash your kids against the stones and against your head.
Right.
We ain't gonna bash our kids.
Right. But that's the image they put out there on us. They put that image out there on us that our women be
just
bashing
like the alligator bait and all of that.
Yeah.
We gonna do
it
that.
says double
you
unto her
Edomites.
as she has done unto you. So whatever portion of wickedness that you've done to our people, you know.
And I don't want you
from
people
slavery all the way up to now is going to be served.
Right, but I don't want you people to get it confused. What the brother just said, double unto her what she has done to you. That is talking about America, okay? That is not talking about just some individual woman. So
no, it's talking about Edom.
Yeah. Edom, right?
Edom, not just American.
Edom, right? It's talking about. That's what I meant to say. A nation of people, not just one individual. Because, well, you know, women will get that twisted of what just came out, because I've heard women say it, and they'll take that as what is he talking about, raping women or some shit they said like that. It was something that was negative. That I'm like, no, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just that what it says, that it's talking about a nation, a whole nation of women, not just one individual. You know,
I got it right here. So what Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
Right, because these Edomites represent the future daughter of Babylon that we're in that age now. Because the original Babylon was the Cushites.
Yeah, it was Iraq. Yeah, it was Cushite. Yeah, and it was in Iraq territory. Right, it was a Cushite. It was a Cushite. It was they were Syrian, weren't they? No. Yeah. But it says, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy, or how you serve us. You served us with a can of whoop ass.
You served us
from the early morning to the late night.
You served us with rope, with wood, basically. Because even ain't rope made out of wood too? Made from wood?
Strands.
Right. So you just served us with wood. Hardcore. Just like you serve Yahweh with wood. And you don't think we're coming to get our revenge after what you did to our Lord? You served him with wood too. What did you do? You made ropes and then start hanging us. Right. You just start making ropes and hanging us, man.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stone.
Ain't that what beloved did?
It says, happy shall he be. We're
gonna
rejoice
happily.
Right. Yeah. She wasn't happy.
You're going to do that remorsefully.
Right.
Oh my gosh, this is so horrible. Edomite babies.
Because y'all had no remorse for taking Jake's children and feeding them to fucking alligators.
Right.
They didn't have no remorse.
And all the other, that's just one atrocity I'm mentioning.
Right. They didn't have no remorse hanging us against trees, whether it be men or boys or women, because they took postcards of it, postcard pictures of all of it, whether it was the men, the women, or the children. They was all there happy to see us hanging, or whatever atrocities that they did.
Now tell what twisted my
public executions of Jake that y'all literally rejoiced at. At the tortures and murders.
That Jake burnt to a crisp and he was hanging. God damn, how you lynch him
all
and he's lynching, bro?
All them
while he's hanging.
All them so-called white people was hanging around. They all had smiles on their faces while this man was hung on a rope. I'm talking about women, children, and men.
They have
all of them.
Picture. That's where you get picnic from.
Right.
Pick a nigga.
Right.
All right. They will pick a nigga. They will beat him. They will hang him, and they would burn him while he's hanging.
Yep.
And they would eat their sandwiches, the little picnic baskets with the little fucking blanket, the checker one, the red and white checker one and shit.
And they were rejoicing.
And I'm just gonna say this before we end this video, y'all. The women have picked the bear.
But they gonna get the lion.
They gonna get the lion right, but they didn't pick the bear.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to show one of the other brothers when this video ends, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video out of that.
Yeah.
A compilation, even with the women saying they chose the bear over the man. And then and then ended off the last part of the video. After the compilation I make, it's gonna be that one and shit. All right, so with that, hey man, we pray y'all thoroughly edified. I'm about to say
Medified.
Electrified.
Yeah, superfied. Not stupefied.
Right, right, not dumbfied.
Right. Not niggified. That's what that is. Well, we pray that you were edified. Do your research, be circumspect. Hey, we're almost out of here. The Lord created us to be royalty. Now it's the time to repent and come back into that ruling class mentality. All right, so I'd like to give all praise and highest honor to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Mekakwadash.
All right, until the next time, bid y'all shalom.
Shalom, Akim.